Welcome to Cooking Unlocked. I'm Elizabeth Locke, and today we are making garlic shaved Brussels sprouts. I have pre-done all of my Brussels sprouts. I have shaved them down, which is really just slicing your Brussels sprouts. I have pre-chopped my green onions, my garlic, and for some fun, some carrot tops. All you need for this recipe is olive oil, salt, garlic, and whatever vegetables you're going to put in with your Brussels sprouts. So first we're going to get our pan nice and warmed up. I'm going to put our olive oil directly in. I like to use a wok. You can certainly use whatever kind of pan you prefer. It's about 1/4 cup of olive oil. Letting our oil get heated up there. We start with our garlic, and I've got 2 tablespoons of chopped garlic going in. And I like to get my garlic moving so it's starting to release all those beautiful flavors. So I've got my garlic in there. I'm starting to smell it. I always cook with a wooden spoon. I just prefer it. Everybody has their own thing that they like. I'm all about the wooden spoon. So our garlic is starting to sizzle in there in our olive oil. Next thing I'm going to put in is my Brussels sprouts. The reason I like to use a shaved Brussels sprout versus a whole Brussels sprout, I love those crispy little bits in there. So this allows for more surface, which allows for a lot more crispy bits. Oh, I love the smell of garlic cooking. You can literally see the colors change as your Brussels sprouts begin to cook. Things become greener. Now traditionally I would not be making a shaved Brussels sprout dish without actually cooking everything else that I'm cooking, because I really don't have to tend this item too much. You know, I've given it a couple of tosses, kind of stirred things up just a little bit, but I really want those crispy bits, which means you need to let it sit. I would be traditionally cooking all the rest of my meal or finishing up the meal, because the Brussels sprouts only take 10 minutes total to cook. Starting to see a little bit of brown edges there on the leaves, and that's really what I'm going for, is little bits of brown throughout on those leaves, because that's where I'm going to start to get that crispiness. You see how those colors have changed? We're starting to feel with a little bit of translucency as well. That's how you know that those leaves are really starting to cook. Start to see those brown bits there. At this juncture, I am going to add the green onions. It's 2 tablespoons of chopped green onions. And I'm just putting there in the top so the next time I give it a good toss, those onions will start moving around. This recipe could not be easier. It is truly Brussels sprouts, garlic, olive oil, salt. You can add anything additional in there that you want. I just love a plate of Brussels sprouts with whatever I'm cooking, and sometimes I'm happy with just that. I'm gonna add just a touch more olive oil. Again, I really like that wok because I can just hit the edges around it and it will drop down to the bottom on its own. And the reason I added a little more olive oil at this point is because, again, I want those crispy leaves, and adding that olive oil, because everything else is now mixed within it, allows me to get almost kind of like a hard saute or a bit of a fry on those leaves to get that crisp going. Now I've kept my pan moving so that my garlic did not burn. It's nothing worse than bitter garlic in my opinion. So I'm keeping my Brussels sprouts from being all in one giant pile. I'm kind of moving them around in the pan so I can get more surface area. Notice how we've got these beautiful bits of green. You're starting to see the brown crispy bits arrive. This is when I'm going to throw in my 1 tablespoon of carrot tops. And carrot tops just have that peppery flavor. You really use it just like you would use the parsley, but we're adding that pepper to it. I also, at this point in time, like to go ahead and add my salt. I like a pink Himalayan, freshly ground. I'm going to do 1 tablespoon. And we are almost there. I can't wait, these smell so good. Things that you can add to this also, I really like a lot of heat in my food. Red pepper flakes look beautiful, taste fantastic with this. You can certainly add a chili, a green chili if you will. Some fresh Parmesan, also delicious. But none of those things are needed. They're just fantastic as they are. Almost there. So introducing new flavors and new foods to your family, incredibly important. Brussels sprouts is something that I still have a difficult time getting my children to enjoy when it's something alone where they can really see it. But I can add the shaved Brussels sprouts to anything and they never notice that. It just really adds to the flavor. It doesn't have a standalone flavor. All right, we are 1 minute away from plating that up. Tasting your food, incredibly important. Storm the castle. Tasting your food is so important. So I'm just going to do a real quick taste to make sure that we've got a lovely flavor consistency. That's good. I should really do some cooking shows. All right, and we are good. Again, it's one of the reasons I really like a wok. And blammo. Delicious. And here you have a really fantastic shaved Brussels sprout, fresh garlic with a little bit of carrot tops. Enjoy.